Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto. Okay, so can you do us a favour? Can you please make sure that you are subscribed and you've got the notifications turned on? And while you're down there, do give the video a big fat like. Have you done that? Have you? Thank you. Okay, great. Now, just looking at the price of Ethereum, and as we all know, the price of Ethereum has done very nicely in the past sort of like 24 hours. It's been great. And some of this might have been down to the Petra upgrade, or maybe people are just buying Ethereum because they feel they've missed out on the Bitcoin pump. Who knows? Anyway, that's how Ethereum looks. If you put on my moving averages that I love so much, and if you want to see how to set these up, have a look at the video that's linked at the end of this video. It's literally just a red, cyan, yellow and green line, which represent a 5, 9, 21 and 55 EMA, an exponential moving average. So it's a moving average. Exponential kind of means it's got more weight with the more recent stuff. And this is an idea I had from Eric Crown, who is an amazing trader and a really good analyst. What you're generally looking for is the yellow and green crossing over. And the higher time frame you're on, obviously the more macro you're looking at things. So the yellow and green crossed over in a bullish way back here. That was the 7th of November. So obviously then there's all the election stuff going on. And that was great. There was loads of euphoria. Bitcoin went to an all-time high. And then in January, they crossed bearish again. And it's been like that ever since. Now, they haven't crossed bullish again, but they're pretty close. And that could easily happen in the next day or so, possibly over this weekend. Now, do be aware that when they cross over, like here, the price is pumped up and then it pulls back a little bit. So the same kind of thing could easily happen here to Ethereum. We could go up, as high as like 2.7k, say, where there was obviously some area of interest in the past, and then, retrace a little bit and then carry on upwards. So that's the kind of scenario I'm looking out for. Now, obviously, that is Ethereum. So therefore, if Ethereum is doing well, that implies that the Ethereum Bitcoin chart at last is starting to look slightly lively. This has been going downhill for a long, long time, and it's quite depressing to watch. But, if we could get a proper crossover there, once again, of the yellow and green lines, in more of a convincing way than what happened here, it would be extremely good for the price of Ethereum and altcoins generally. Now, you can see this hasn't really been the situation since 2022. And, just imagine if we got a reversal back up to these levels. It would be fantastic, wouldn't it? So I am looking at some various different altcoins. And I'm looking for ones that are really close to crossing here with the 21 and 55 EMA. Now, there are some that I've missed, like CRO. Maybe that's pumped already, but to be honest, it's only at 10 cents and that should be much higher. So CRO could see a nice pump. SUI as well pumped already because it's crossed over there, and that happened a week or so ago. XRP might do it fairly soon. Not something I normally trade, but I've been known to. Tau has pumped already. Right, Swissborg. Swissborg is looking really good. If you haven't got the Swissborg app, go to savewithcrypto.org/Swissborg and download the app. It's great. It's my main fiat on-off ramp. So I think Borg's going to go on a tear. Solana kind of has already. Immutable X, not quite. That could go. Maybe ZRO, actually. It got very close to crossing there, but it didn't. That was last Friday. So could it do it this weekend? ZRO might be a good one. Link looks like it could go any second now. Say looks like it could. Now, DOT hasn't crossed over yet, but it is pumping slightly. Maybe it can go a lot further. DOT can go really high. Now, Celestia's having a little pump, but that could go much higher. So interesting, yeah. I think there are some in there that could do really well in the next month or so. Now, one that is interesting me, which a lot of my long-time viewers will know about, is EGLD. EGLD has had quite a rough ride over the past sort of few years. and it was right down here a few weeks ago, and I was buying it around about $12 or $13, and I did have this kind of feeling of like, am I just throwing good money after bad? And I felt kind of a bit weird buying down here, but I'm really pleased I did, because the price is up about 48% from there, so I did all right actually. Now, one thing I've been looking at over on the Stonksy channel is putting the Stonksy indicator on the 5 minute, and I'm also looking at it on the 6 minute as well. But in this case, the 5 minute is what I'm looking for. And what we got here is this red background, which means the price is pulling back. But what I've noticed is that you get this green background on Stonksy, then you get this green arrow here. And the way I've got it set up to do these is with the bullish bearish arrow settings on sensitivity 8, confirmation period 1. Okay, if you want to find out about Stonksy, have a look at the link in the description down below, or just go to savewith.crypto.org/Stonksy. It's an amazing indicator, and if you see something like a green background and the green arrow, it's normally a pretty good sign that the price is going to go up. So at the moment we are pulling back a little bit here with the red background and the red arrow, but I'm going to keep a really close eye on this for when that background colour changes. So what I'm going to do is set up an alert for Stonksy. I'm going to have it once per bar. I'm going to have generic background change, so that will change when we change from like red to no colour or red to green or whatever. I'm going to give that as a message because I want to know when this background changes colour. Okay, so I think out of all those, I'm going to stick to a couple of coins that I've got already, which are EGLD and Swissborg, and I might buy some more EGLD and Swissborg. That's what I'm doing. Let me know what you're doing in the comments down below. If you've got any questions, ask down there as well, or just leave a comment and say hi. While you're down there, please do make sure you are subscribed and you've got the notifications set on all, just in case you forgot earlier on. And while you're down there, give the video a big fat like. And above all, tell your friends.
Save with Crypto has to be one of the best YouTube channels that the United States has ever seen. Kamala Harris is not a subscriber, but I am. I have notifications set to all as well. I'd strongly suggest you subscribe to Save with Crypto today. Above all, you should tell your friends.
Save with Crypto is not a financial advisor. He just makes ice cream on the internet.
And what is the problem with ice cream?
I have no idea.
It drips.
Okay.
So my idea is what?
Need to make a drip-proof ice cream.
No. Oh, that's a fucking brilliant idea.
If you cannot find someone to do your own research, you must do it yourself, just like I did not.